Hi, this is Dr. John. We are continuing on with arithmetic sequences and series. Here we have some short answer responses. I've written out 3 questions for you. We're going to do these quickly, one after the other in sequence. So the first one here, we have a couple of numbers given. We're just simply given a sequence and we're wanting to find T1. So for the first one here, T1 is the first term. That's minus 8. That's easy enough. We want to find D, the difference of terms. How much do you do? What do you do to this term? What do you add to it? So in this case, you're adding 3, adding 3, adding 3. It works for all of them. So in this case, D is equal to 3. And then we want to find T20. To do that, we're going to need our formulation for the nth term. That's going to be equal to the first term, or A for some of you, plus n minus 1 times D. We're given what the nth term is. It's 19. So it's 20. So the first term is minus 8 plus 20 minus 1. I'm going to put a 19 in here and put a bracket around it. D is 3. 19 times 3 minus 8 is 49. That would be our T20 term. I'm going to write some of these things right in here. So this is going to be minus 8. D is going to be 3. T20 is going to be 49. And a general formula. When you want to find a general formula, what you do is you write out what you have with regard to T of n, like this, and you actually write in these specific numbers. So T1, so T of n here is going to be equal to T1. We've already written that in here once, minus 8, put a bracket around it, plus n. We leave this as an n because we want the general term, and then we write D in there, 3. You could leave it that way in a sense, but we like to put all these things together like you would for any algebra formula. Minus 8, this is 3 times n plus 3n minus 3. Now we have minus 8 minus 3. That would be minus 11 and 3n. We'll like to put the positive numbers first. 3n minus 11. Let me just write that in here. Tn equals 3n minus 11. We could check that really quickly if we wanted to. We could put n equals 1. That's 3 minus 11 minus 8, 2. That would be 6 minus 11 is minus 5. You can check that for any of these. That's the first question. Let's look at the second question here. They want to know this, 0.005, 0.05, and 0.5. What is T1, D, and T20? So taking a look at this, you realize here you could subtract this from here. You're going to get a decimal, but that's not going to relate to this because this really is 10 times this. This is 10 times, and this is 10 times. So this is not an arithmetic sequence. This is a geometric sequence. A geometric one, we're going to do that in the next section. The geometric one is where you multiply every term by something. So this is not, so we don't have this. Your short answer would be this is a geometric series, and we don't have these things at this point in this section here. Now we look at the third question here. We have T1 is 2, D is 3, N is 4, and you want to find a formula for Tn and for Sn. This would be a general formula like we just did here for this one. So let's write these things out up here. T1 is 2, D is 3. Now let's just find a general formula. So Tn, the nth term, is going to be equal to the first term, T1, or A. Some of you have used A instead, plus n minus 1 times D. Now we plug in the specifics, all except n. T1 would be 2, plus n minus 1 times D, which is 3. Multiply these all through, put some brackets in there, is equal to 2 plus 3n minus 3. Combine these two. We have a minus 1, but we'll like to put the positive first. So let's go 3n minus 1. I don't have space over here, so I'm just going to write the general formula up here. Hopefully this light isn't in the way. So that's a general formula for the nth term. What about a general formula for the sum? So for the sum, we have this formula here. S of n is equal to, remember we have our 2 variations. One is n times the first term plus the last term over 2. This is an average. Now for this though, if we want the general, we can't really use this as easily because we don't know what the last term is, so we can't really do a general sum. So we're going to have to use the other more complicated formulation, which is n over 2 times 2 times a, or the first term, we'll call that T1, plus n minus 1 times d. So this is one of those cases where we're going to need to use the other formulation. This a here is just T1. I'm just used to writing it that way. Let's write this all out with the information that we have up here. We'll leave the n's in there, of course. N over 2 times this big bracket, 2 times the first term, which is 2 times 2, which is 4. 2 times 2 is 4, plus n minus 1, we're going to leave that like that, times d, which is 3. Now we multiply this stuff through. So it's 4 here, plus 3n minus 3. We can combine this with this. We're left with 1 plus 3n. That's the stuff inside the brackets here. So I'm going to replace everything inside the brackets with this. 1 plus 3n. Like that. Now we can multiply through with what we have here. We have this times this, so that's going to be equal to, we can leave the n separate if we want to, or we can go n over 2, that's this first term, plus 3 over 2 n squared. This is the general sum term. I'm going to be writing things up here, so let's do that. They want us to find a couple of things here yet. They want us to find T12 and S4. Let's do S4 since we have this written right here, right away, the sum of everything up to the fourth term. So that's the first term, second term, third term, fourth term. This is a different question here. We don't know exactly what those are. I could write those out here for you. It's going to be 2, first term, we're adding 3, so that's 5. And then adding 3 to that, it's going to be 8. Adding 3 to that, it's going to be 11. We want the first 4 terms. We can actually do this addition here. This and this is 7, that's 15. That's 15 plus 11, that's 26. 26 is the sum of all these first 4 terms. Now let's check it out here and see if we get the same thing using our formula. So we wanted n is equal to 4, so it's going to be s of 4 is equal to 4 over 2, first term, plus 3 over 2, 4 squared, which is 16. Now we can take the 16 divided by 2 here. So 4 over 2 is 2 here. Here it's going to be plus 3 times 8. Because 8 and 8 is 16. We've cut this off. 3 times 8 is 24, 25, 26. Here we did it brute force. We got 26. Here we used this formula. We got 6. So this over here is going to be equal to 26. Now let's use the formula we have for this and find the 12th term. We have a general formula up here. Here, T, and we're going to plug in the number 12, see if we can find the 12th term. 3 times 12 minus 1. This is 36 minus 1. This is 35. The 12th term would be 35. We could count our way up there to 12 terms if we wanted to confirm, but I'm pretty sure this is the correct answer. So here's some short answer without multiple choice. Check out the remaining videos for a couple of long answer videos. I'll talk to you later. I hope you enjoy. Bye-bye.